Shalom, shalom. I would like to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I would also like to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for passing down this truth. And I would also like to send salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered abroad, preaching this word in truth and sincerity. Now, in this lesson, I want to go over how your riches and the money that you have, it's not going to matter in the days to come. You know, your riches, it can't save you. And so I'm going to go into a few scriptures, and Lord's willing, this lesson will be edifying. So first, I will kick it off with Proverbs 11:4, but I'm going to start at 3. So this is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. See? Let's go into that word. Let's see what they riches. Riches, wealth, riches, substance. Yeah, like your money that you have, because really the money that we have now in Babylon, it's really just it's not worth the paper it's printed on. It's only valued at what people believe it is valued at, and it's really backed by the U.S. military. It's not even backed by any gold or silver. And then also earlier today I read a headline. I didn't really get a chance to go into the full article, but it said how Russia, China, Iran, and I believe Saudi Arabia were backing away from the U.S. dollar. So, that goes to show you that Babylon, slowly but surely, it's falling. But anyway, thought I'd add that, because America is going to be destroyed anyway. So why put all your trust in building up all this wealth? Because really, when you have that mindset of trying to be all you can be here in Babylon, you're really just digging yourself into a pit, trying to get the big house, the white picket fence, you and your woman, his and her BMWs and all that, bullshit like that. You're really just digging yourself just deeper and deeper into a pit that's just going to make it harder for you to get out. Because America is going to be destroyed, pursuant to Isaiah, the 34th chapter. Because the riches in this kingdom, it's deceitful. Let's go into that. I think it's Psalms 49. Look at the header, the folly of trusting in riches. We'll start at 5. This is Psalms chapter 49, verse 5. Wherefore should I fear in the days of evil, when the iniquity of my heels shall compass me about? They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to Yahweh a ransom for him. You're not gonna be able to buy yourself or your loved ones into the kingdom of heaven. It says, for the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceaseth forever, that he should still live forever and not see corruption. For he seeth that wise men die like the fool, and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others. Now let's go into the NLT. I wonder how it's translated in the NLT. Again, it says Psalms 49:5 in the NLT. Why should I fear when trouble comes, when enemies surround me? They trust in their wealth and boast of great riches. Yet they cannot redeem themselves from death by paying a ransom to God. Redemption does not come so easily, for no one can ever pay enough to live forever and never see the grave. Those who are wise must finally die, just like the foolish and senseless leaving all their wealth behind. Okay, so let's go to Mark chapter 4, verse 19. Back to the King James. This is Mark chapter 4, verse 19. It says, "And the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches and lust of other things entering in choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful." Yeah, because when you're so busy, chasing that bag, it's like, when do you have time to serve the Lord? Like there's people that's out here, they working 2 or 3 jobs, trying to just build themselves up to be something in Babylon. But they're not even thinking about the Lord. He's not in any of their thoughts. They just concerned with chasing the bag. Let's go to Romans 12:1. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 1. "I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service." So when you're out there, chasing the bag, so to speak, it's like when do you serve the Lord? "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh." Yeah, see, because when you come into this thing, and it's really getting this knowledge and this truth, this 100% truth, is truly a blessing, because you really see things for what it is. Like you're gonna build yourself up for what? To be something here in Babylon, when it's all going to be destroyed anyway. We see that the average person out here, they're lost. They're in the darkness. They don't understand that. And even when you try to, inform them on it, so to speak, is they can't they buck up against it, or they really just can't see it, because the Lord, He didn't give them that gift to see it. So Tawada Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that He woke us up and we're able to see it. Because the wisdom of this world, is folly. Let's get that. This is 1 Corinthians. Start at 18. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 18. "Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness." Yeah, again, how Babylon, they promote you, go to school, you go to college, then you get all that college debt, then you go and enter off into your career, and then you just, live your life. Then hopefully you'll have enough money, you'll be able to buy a house, get married, have children, the bullshit American dream, because the average person, they don't understand that you're going to have to sacrifice in order to make it into the kingdom of heaven. Let's go. Let's get that. I may as well prove that real quick. The disciples' reward. I like that. Start at 29. This is Matthew 19:29. "And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life." You see, because when we come into this truth, the things that we wanted, or we so quote unquote had planned for ourselves before coming in this thing, we put off. There's brothers that's in this truth. Yeah, some of us went the college route, but in the midst of that, we woke up to the truth. And now just the things that we thought that we had planned for ourselves in our life, that's not the case no more. We serve the Lord, or at least we try our best to, So we forsaken houses, building ourselves up in Babylon, or brethren or sisters or fathers or mothers or wives or children or lands for the name's sake. You see? And for doing that, Lord's will, we say we, as in hopefully elect, not to sound presumptuous, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. So when you put Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai first, in Lord's will, when he comes to destroy Babylon and we get beamed up, we'll receive everlasting life, and we'll receive 100-fold. We'll have everything and we'll have forever to enjoy it, and that's beautiful. You can't say that here in Babylon. You work until you're damn near 65. Now you're old. Your body is weak and feeble. Now you're just living out your days until you die. Like, that ain't no life worth living. I had some more. Let's go to 1 John. The header says, do not love the world. This is 1 John 2:15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. See? So again, that's just proven, don't put your faith in Babylon, because there's nothing fruitful that you're going to get doing that. Just put everything you got into Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Now you understand that, you got to work, we are under captivity after all. You got to work to, pay bills, put food on the table, provide for your family if you have one. But, we're not trying to store up our riches here, Give us this day our daily bread. We just need enough to get by. And anything else that we get, we count it as extra, a blessing from Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Because the love of, let's get that. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money in itself, but the love of it. And that's a very, heavy vibration that's pushed here in Babylon. That bag chasing spirit. People aren't even considered with the Lord. They just want that. Let's get this money, This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. It says, for the love of money. Actually, let's start at 9. This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. Ooh, you see? I got to read that again. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. You see? I'm telling you, when you get that money, you just digging yourself into a pit, trying to build, imagine, the brothers out there on the highways and byways. Say if you hit the lotto for $1 billion or $200-300 million, the demons that'll jump on you. You think you're going to really be out there every single weekend? No, you're going to be out there trying to spend that money. Because there's a lot that comes with money, the temptation. That's why you see people that get money. Like in Wolf of Wall Street, you see how when they got all that money, and they just became like, junkies, just coke addicts and stuff like that. Tell you, it's a heavy demon that comes with money like that. It says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Like, yeah, that's the money. People chasing money. You fall out the truth. I'm sure we all have seen that before. People, they go out into Babylon. They're not seeing, I guess, any return on investment being in this truth, so they go back into the world. And that's the last thing you want to do. And also, in the Christian churches, that's what they pump that. They push that prosperity doctrine. Like it says in Isaiah 9, I believe it's verse 16, the leaders of the people mislead them, trying that be all you can be spirit. Because really, wisdom and knowledge is greater than riches. And let's get that. Salakia. This whole chapter is fire. You could really read this whole chapter, but we're going to start at 5. This is 1 Kings chapter 3, verse 5. In Gibeon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and Yahweh said, ask what I shall give of thee. So Yahweh asked Solomon, like, what do you want? Whatever you want, I will give it to you. And Solomon replied and Solomon said, thou hast showed unto thy servant David my father great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him the great kindness, that thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne as it is this day. And now, O Lord, my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David my father, and I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in. And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen a great people, that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude, which are the Israelites. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart. This is the point right here. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great people? So Solomon, he could have asked Yahweh for anything. And he asked him for the wisdom of discernment. You see? Like, that's heavy. It says, and the speech pleased the Lord that Solomon had asked for this thing. See, it pleased Yahweh. He could have asked for anything. And he asked for the knowledge and wisdom, to lead his people. And then that pleased the Lord to hear. Because, anybody else, you ask the Lord for anything, you might ask him for, money, to, healing. But he just asks for wisdom and knowledge. It says, this is 1 Kings 3:11, said, and Yahweh said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither has asked riches for thyself, nor has asked the life of thine enemies, but has asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Whew. See? He could have asked for, you know, everlasting life, riches, or for the death of one of his enemies, you know. But he asks for, you know, this understanding to discern judgment. Something that not only he could benefit from, but others could benefit from. It says, behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart. And when it says heart, it means mind. Because you think with your mind, you don't think with your heart. Your heart is nothing more than a vessel that pumps blood. You think with your mind, your brain. It says, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked for, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days. You see? So we out here, we try to we do the work. You know, you go out the camps. You know, we don't have our mind fixated on building ourselves up in Babylon, you know, storing up our riches. You know, we just put everything we got into Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And Lord's will at the end, when he makes his return, we are one of those men or women that get beamed up. And then we will receive everlasting life. We will receive riches. But for now, we just got to take the low, you know? It says, and if thou wilt walk in my ways to keep my statutes and my commandments, as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days. And I think I think we made the point right there. Let's go to Matthew 16 and 26. This is Matthew chapter 16. Let's start at 25. Matthew 16 and 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? You see? Again, I know I made this point, but I got to just drive it home. You'll bury yourself. You would dig yourself a pit trying to build yourself up here in Babylon. You know, taking out a loan to buy a home. Now you're just paying that shit off for the rest of your life. Now it's like you're a slave. You're a slave. Let me get that. Let me try and Matthew. Salakia. Yeah, I think this is, yeah. This is Proverbs 22 and 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. See, when you're taking out these car loans, these loans on these homes, you're just digging yourself a grave, you know? To just be a slave and have Esau, you know, just oppressing you. Because now you feel like, oh, damn, I got these bills. I got to get a second and third job so I can pay these bills, so I can pay off this home loan. You know? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't even do it to yourself. You know, just take what you can and just live off what you can. Don't stop living beyond your means. Because also, how did I not get this? Let's go back. This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 21. Yahushua said unto him, If thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, and give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. But when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful, for he had a great possessions. Then said Yahushua unto his disciples, Verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter the kingdom of heaven. You see, because when you put in all that work that it takes to build up these riches, when it comes time to forsake it, it's going to be hard. You're not going to be able to, because you just been living high off the horse, like Kyrie and Kanye. You think they go, when that whole controversy was going on, you thought they was really gonna turn their back on their riches and go into a camp holding posts, calling out scriptures? No, they're rich men. I think I made the point. So, Lord's will, I hope this lesson was edifying. Till the next time, Shalom.